So yeah, welcome to this session, stretching for relaxation. Because we're trying to relax, make yourselves comfy. So don't let your feet get cold because that can be distracting. So wear your fluffy socks. I've got a cushion because I like it under my head, and also for one of the stretches, if you want to, we're going to extend it slightly by having the cushion underneath our back. So yeah, when you're ready, come down onto your mat. And we're going to start with a nice full body stretch because it's always a really nice one to release. So I just want you to take your legs and arms really long and just do a couple of really full wide breaths. Now, by all means, unless you want to see what I'm doing, do this whole session with your eyes closed. You don't have to have your lights on or anything like that. Have the lights low. Have your jumpers on or whatever else you need. Reaching away. Exhaling nice and long and slow. So big breaths. Don't worry about breathing into your ribs or anything like that. You can breathe into the belly. We're not worrying about a core connection or anything like that. So big breaths, wherever that breath may go. Releasing the breath out through the mouth. So we're still going in through the nose, out through the mouth. And we're trying to make the breath nice and wide and big, but we're not worrying about where the breath goes once it's in. We're not trying to keep it in the ribs. Let the belly expand. When you're ready, we're going to start to move. So on the out breath, we're going to sweep the arms around, hug one knee in. And then we inhale, lengthen out again. Exhale. Other knee hugs in, pulling the knee to the chest, pushing the lower back to the floor. Inhale as we stretch. Exhale as we hug. Inhale and then exhale. Good, do a few more. Moving in time with your own breath. Next time you hug the knee in, we're just going to pause there and grab hold of the other knee as well. Just rolling gently side to side and just pushing the lower back into the floor so that the knees are right into the chest. And then placing the feet on the floor, taking the arms wide and just doing some gentle hip rolls. So just letting the knees go down one way and then the other. And all you're going to do is just turn your head in the opposite direction. And again, keeping the breath flowing the whole time. Exhaling nice and wide in through the nose as we breathe in, and then nice slow breath out through the mouth. So just turning the head the opposite direction to the knees. And then we're going to come to center. We're going to take the feet a little bit wider so that they're at the edge of the mat or maybe even outside of it. Depends what's comfortable for you. It doesn't need to be a deep stretch. So whatever's comfortable distance for you to widen to. And then we're going to do the hip rolls again. So doing a little bit more movement through the hips now. Same thing, you just let the head go the opposite direction to your knees. So we're getting a little bit of movement through the neck as well. We are going to do some specific neck stretches at the end, but for now, just let the head turn the opposite direction. And again, the focus always on keeping that breath flowing, not holding the breath. And then we're going to pause with the knees down towards me. And then we're going to pick up that top leg or the trailing leg and we're just going to bring it in towards the chest, using the hand on that side to gently pull it in, and then we're going to release it completely to where it was. And again, bring it in, exhaling, inhaling, releasing it back. So just let the head fall wherever it if it's most comfortable. That might be looking towards the opposite hand, away from the knees. That might be looking to the ceiling. Wherever your neck is comfortable staying as you do this movement. So pull it in, release it away. We've got 3 more. For 3, 2. On the 1, just holding it for a moment, in towards the chest, down towards the floor. Doing 3 big breaths here. Good, now we're going to extend that bottom leg away and we're going to bring that trailing arm up so that we end up looking towards me. Bring your cushion so you're supporting your head. We're going to hold that top leg on the floor and we're going to do some nice big chalk circles. So we start to get the upper back moving a little bit more, the shoulders. So we want to come past the ear, open out and then sweep back. Remember, breath flowing the whole time. Big breath in, exhale out. Good, for 3. Keep that knee on the floor. Rotate through the upper back for 2. And then last ones. Open out, come back. And then from there, we just roll onto our back. Put both feet flat on the floor again. Take them wide. Back to those hip rolls. Side to side. And then we go down, taking the knees the opposite direction. Remember the head just wherever is comfortable. Pick up that top leg and bring it all the way in. Grab hold of it with the hand on that side and then release it back. In and then release. Keep the breath flowing. For 3. Remember, pull it down if you can a little bit as it comes in. So you just encourage that stretch, keeping that trailing arm on the floor. On that last one, let's pause and hold that there for a couple of big breaths. So big breath in and out. That's it. And then we're going to extend the bottom leg away. Pick up that trailing arm, take it down. So we've got that top knee on the mat. And then we can just sweep the arm past the ear all the way around. So keep the top knee connected to the floor so that when we twist and open, it's coming from that upper body, not the hips rolling. Big breath in, open and out. Breath flowing the whole time. That's it. For 3. For 2. So go past the ear first and then open to the ceiling. And 1. Good, come back, roll onto your back again. Hug both knees in, just rock gently side to side. Now, depending on how mobile that felt, how tight that felt, you can either use a cushion for this bit or not. If you want to switch the cushion, we're going to move it so that it's now underneath our shoulder blades. So just a bit higher than your bra straps, but leaving your head free to drop back onto the mat. Now, obviously, the bigger your cushion, the more extreme this is going to be. So you can always try with a smaller cushion if this is not comfortable. You're just basically lifting your chest up off the floor, so we've got a little bit more of a stretch and opening across the chest. When you get there, take your feet wide and then just let your knees drop inwards. So we just allow the lower back to relax. So wide feet, knees drop in. And then we're going to do some big circles with the arms. So out and around. Big breath in. Exhale out and around. And all I want you to do is just gently encourage the lower back towards the floor as the arms go behind you. And that way we just encourage the upper back to do the stretching rather than the lower back. Big breaths in, exhale round for 3. nice big circles as close to the floor as you can. And 1. Let's go back the other way with those circles. Doesn't matter which direction you went in. Just take it back the other way. Again, big breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then all I want you to do is just pause wherever it feels comfortable for you to relax and chill. So I quite like to start in a crucifix type position. Close your eyes if you haven't already. Just do some nice big breaths. And all I want you to do on the out breath is consciously sink into the mat a bit further. So allow the lower back to relax, allow the head, neck and jaw just to release. You can always, if you liked a deeper, slightly deeper stretch, just take the arms a bit higher. So for me, the most intense stretch is probably a Y type shape. Straight over the head's probably the next most intense stretch. A little bit easier just to leave it in a crucifix. So pick whichever position feels good to you, because sometimes an intense, slightly more intense stretch feels nice, particularly if you need that release. So go wherever it suits you and just do some nice big breaths. Just focusing on not holding or forcing the stretch. So not trying to hold the arms in this position, trying to relax them into the floor. Just let them flop. And if that means that they come down a little bit, they start to bend at the elbow, that's fine too. Good. 2 more big breaths like that. Good, then take the arms to a crucifix if they're not already there. Pick them up and cross them over like you're giving yourself a big hug. And then just gently roll side to side. Just get a little bit of movement back in the upper body. Again, keep the breath flowing. And then roll onto your side, doesn't matter which side, so that you can just gently push yourself up to seated. Now, if seated is not comfortable for you, then just sit yourself up on your cushion. It just lifts your hips a little bit. Obviously, the higher the cushion, the more comfortable this can be. So prop yourself up on your cushion. I find it easier to be cross-legged, but if you prefer to be legs out or knees bent, whatever's more comfortable, just somewhere you can sit tall and lengthen through the crown of the head. Okay, so there's a little bit of work going on here, but it just helps with the stretching. So lift up tall, let the shoulders drop. Again, keeping that breath flowing, just do some shoulder rolls to start. So picking the shoulders up towards the ears, round and down. Lovely. And then drop the shoulders down. Bring the arms up to the sides and just bend at the elbow. Now we're going to take the right arm down, the left arm up, and we're going to cross them over so the elbows cross. And then you've got 2 choices. You can either bring the backs of the hands together, or you can flip it round so the palms are together. It's up to you, whichever is more comfortable. No particular one is right or wrong. And then we're just going to start by pushing the elbows down and then lifting them up. So down and up. So try to keep a nice bit of length in the spine. Then when you move through the arms, you get a nice stretch around the shoulders. If we slump, there's not so much of a stretch. So sitting tall, lift up, press down. Good. For 3, keep the breath flowing, particularly if this feels challenging or uncomfortable. On the 1, we're going to push the elbows down. Keep the length in the spine. We're just going to drop the chin to chest and then roll the ear to shoulder one way and then roll the ear to shoulder the other way. We're not going round the back, we're just rolling forwards. Ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. And again, don't make any judgments if one side is tighter than the other or if one side feels more challenging. It is what it is. Just try and relax. If anything, if it feels tight, focus more on just breathing and not gripping. Pause and hold on one side. Roll through the center. Let's do the other side. Roll to center, lift up the chin. Let's release the arms. Again, roll the shoulders. And then we're going to do the same the other way. So taking the arms up, bend at the elbows. We're going to take left arm up, right arm down. Is that the way we did before? The opposite way. Backs of the hands together, all palms together. It's up to you. Up and down. Up and down. Again, nice and tall through the spine. Don't make any judgments if it feels more challenging than it did the other way. It is what it is. We're just looking to relax whatever we've got. And then we push the elbows down, chin to chest. Let's roll ear to shoulder one way, ear to shoulder the other. Rest of the spine stays tall. Good, let's pause and hold on one side. Roll through the center, let's pause and hold on the other side. Roll to center, lift up, release, roll again. Now we're just going to deepen those neck stretches with obviously a slightly more comfortable shoulder position. So stay tall, chin to chest, and again just roll to begin with, ear to shoulder one way and then the other. And again, close the eyes and just tune in. And if one side does feel more challenging than the other, that's the side I want you to pause on first. Take a nice big breath, try and relax. Pause with the ear to shoulder on that more challenging side. And then if you wanted to, taking that hand over and gently encouraging the ear to shoulder and dropping that opposing shoulder down a little bit more. If it's not comfortable to use the hand, then don't. Just keep the breath flowing. And all I want you to do is turn your chin towards your chest. Keep your chin down so it looks like you're sniffing your armpit. The hand, if you're using it, goes behind the head. And again, just gently encourage the head forwards now, down towards the floor. Keep the rest of the spine tall. If in doubt, just keep breathing. Okay, that's the key. Don't let the breath hold. Particularly if it feels really uncomfortable, try and use the breath to relax more. Remember, the best stretch is tap into that nervous system, and just making sure it's really chilled and relaxed is really important. Release the head first. Roll the chin to chest, to the center. Gently lift back up and just circle the shoulders. We're going to repeat that on the other side. So just come to center, chin to chest. Just roll gently side to side again to start. And then when you're ready, pause on the other side. So other ear to shoulder. Test whether you want to make it a deeper stretch. If so, just use the hand to gently encourage it over to the side, dropping this opposing shoulder down. That's it. Just gently turn chin to chest. Hand moves behind the head. Very gently encourage the head forward if you're using the hand. Good. Release the head gently. Chin to the center. Take it up. Roll the shoulders. Lovely. Big breath in. We're going to sweep the arms up. Reach to the ceiling. Now we're going to push this hip into the floor and we're going to take it over into a side stretch, looking towards that top hand. We're not going to come back the way we came. Instead, we're going to keep the bottom fixed to the floor. We're going to sweep through the center. So we take a forward stretch and then we end up on the other side. Push this hip down now. Reach this hand over. Good, we're going to go back the way we came. So sweep through the center onto this side and then come up. Roll the shoulders. Big breath in. Stretch. Now we're going to take this hand to this knee so that we end up in a twist. This hand we're going to take round behind us, put it on the floor and just press into the floor to help us sit taller. And then we can pull ourselves around, a bit further if we can. So use that back hand to help support you and keep you tall. Again, find the stretch, then go back to the focusing on the breath. Then we're going to lift that back hand up that's supporting us, reach it towards the ceiling, look towards it, and then imagine trying to reach for something behind your head. So we end up taking a side stretch again, but still in that twist. Good, slowly come back the way you came, so we end up in a twist. Come back to center. Roll the shoulders, we can do the same going the other way to finish. So big breath in, stretch. Opposite hand to knee, sweep this one round, press into the floor and twist a bit further if that's comfortable. And then big breaths as you hold that twist. That back hand's going to lift up towards the ceiling. Reach over behind you. Big breaths. Come back the way you came. Into the twist. Round to center. Last little roll of the shoulders. And we are done. I hope that was nice. You feel good for that?